5 Kilobyte Productions presents a classic recorder. I'm recording with the vintage General Electric Classic. This is the General Electric M8400D. This one has no battery cover, okay? And it's DC bias. I got this recorder a few years ago at a flea market. And of course, not till now do I make a YouTube video of it. Isn't that ironic, you know? I probably got this in 2007 or 2008, but not until 2012 do I make a video of this machine for YouTube. Of course, I do have to say this machine is pretty terrible quality. Quality on this is absolutely horrible. The sibilance is really bad, as you noticed, probably. It's not very good sound quality at all. Turn the volume down, speak up close to the mic. The goal is, whenever you make a recording on here, is for the loudest sounds to barely light it up, the level light. If you make a recording where the level light lights up all the time, such as now, and the level light lights up all the time as you speak, you'll notice it's way overdriven and sounds even worse. So, it's a pretty terrible recording. All transistorized, DC bias, very basic, by General Electric. This one does not have a battery cover, by the way. Next we'll show how this machine records music.
Watching her walk through the partition, contractual workers had made it a sleazy departure, making it worse. Green-colored walls, temporary enclosure, an area stuck in a corner. Walking away, walls falling in for the broken man. Walking away, walls falling in for the broken man. Sudden eruption leaves a vulnerable person. Notice the seconds when once you hardly notice the hours. Sudden collapsing of all that you know leaves you so open to love. Leaves you so open to love. Leaves you so open to love. Leaves you so open to love.
Now, this recorder here, looks like it would use the same transport as a Philips Norelco recorder. Here's a classic Philips / Norelco recorder. And we'll compare. Both have the record button like this, and then this lever. Meter there, level light there. Or on some it's a microphone like on this one. Or no microphone, just nothing. And they both have that style of door openings. But you notice you put this one to that direction, it's rewind. You put this one direction, it's fast forward. So already you know something's different in the design. Plus, if we take both tapes out, the style there is different. And the heads on each are different. Here we have the different transports exposed. Here's the Philips recorder with its very high quality circuit, speed control, and 2-belt system with the clutch mechanism right there. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Philips system, many of you collectors out there, and probably know what it's like on the other side as well. There are already videos on YouTube which show the Philips system in detail. But here, the GE one is quite different. There are similarities, the placement of the motor and flywheel, but it doesn't have the wheel here. This particular one uses a flat belt, although there's other later models such as this one use a square belt. You see the more basic looking circuit board on the GE version even has shielding right there. And look at how much less complex the circuit is in this one as compared to the Philips. Look at the circuitry there. On this particular one, of course, it uses germanium transistors. You'll notice that amongst the components it seems like something's missing. You don't see any resistors. That was strange, isn't it? But now look, do you see those black strips on the board like that? There's little printed circuits and black strips on the board. Those black strips are the resistors. How strange. Of course, each little green dot on the back on this one is where it connects to those resistors, which are simply printed directly onto the board. Now let's look at the other side of the mechanism. Here's the other side of the GE. You can see a very different design. If you're familiar with the Philips, this is very different than the Philips. Here's the nice 3-inch speaker. You can see it's a Sanyo, 8 ohm and 0.5 watts, made in Japan. You can see the motor. Let's get that back in there. And you can see record button. Here's the tab system. When the tab moves up, that lever moves away, so you're able to press the record button, which moves the record play switch. Control piece goes onto this. Let's play. Let's get power hooked up to this. Okay. In play, you can see how it operates there. From the cap stand, it turns there, and it then goes to the clutch mechanism around the underside there, where the clutch mechanism is for the ticket reel. I'm going to go to rewind. This part here pushes against the hair to rewind. Now normally it would use a thicker belt, and the actual belt would put the tension for the rewind, but the original belt was too loose and stuff. I had to replace it. So the rewind's very weak actually. Plus this doesn't help much either, although this is a very weak there, but it turns because it has to be turning the ticket mechanism. This part here is a spring underneath which affects how much it actually pushes, and I believe this screw here adjusts how much tension is on the clutch mechanism. And fast forward, which doesn't even work good. The belt's hardly getting any slack, but it's supposed to turn that. But the spring is pushing up with more force to make it stronger and fast forward. And this belt isn't getting good traction. What? What else is there to eat? I might have some chicken. Okay. Oh. Made this video from a short one to a long one. But anyway, you see how the system is different in the Philips system. Hope you enjoy it.
Recorder? It's blue. That's kind of an unusual color I haven't seen on any of your other recorders, at least not to my knowledge anyway, but it's cool looking. It's got a cool color. It definitely looks like it was out of a school.